So this is Steph, and I am coming on here, and it's a bit different today because I have not done a talking head video, as you would call it, yet, but I really wanted to share my thrift haul with you guys. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but you maybe love decorating and bringing beauty to a space, but don't want the big price tag that comes with it. And so it's something I actually am really loving about living in America. Like, we've only been here just over a month now, and I am just blown away by the thrift stores here. I think they're amazing. There's so much variety, and it can be hit or miss. I don't think it's like going online and searching for something that you maybe want or need right away. It's definitely something that takes a bit of time, and if you have a need for something, it's kind of something to log in the back of your mind. But like I said to my husband, he'll be like, what are we going for? And I'm like, I don't know until we get there. So that was the case with this store, and I really want to share it with you guys today. So I was so pleased because I got 5 items, and the grand total of them, let me see, first item $10, second item 4, so 14, and then 8 and 8, 16, 14 and 16, $30, and then the last one was 10. So I was $40 for all of these items, and I'm sort of equating that with UK pounds because that's what I'm used to. So UK pounds, I think roughly that'll be about £30 or so. So to me, for what I got, that's really good. And actually, I just love whenever you convert the cost of something that you would buy if you were to go and get it new, and how much that would be. So I needed 2 matching lamps for our living room. So basically our whole house, like, we have to furnish our whole house from top to bottom. We are in a rental property and it was unfurnished. So apart from a breakfast bar and a dining table and like a little farmhouse style cabinet, apart from those things, everything else we have to furnish. And because it's a rental, we're trying to match the style. We're not putting paint on walls, and so we're just trying to bring in pieces that work with the style of the home. I think I've said before, this house is like, I think it was 1932 it was built in, so I kind of see it as like a vintage farmhouse that has been converted. And so I love old style pieces, really into gold, cream and wooden, like natural tones. I think those sorts of things that you find in the vintage sections of thrift stores are so timeless and can be adapted. Like anything that's wooden, even if it's not the right color of wood, you can paint it and upcycle it, and I just love the versatility of it. So the first item I will start with will be, I think, the pair of lamps. So I needed 2 lamps for our living room, and again, I'll actually show you. So we got these 2 side tables also at a thrift store, and they were such bargains. They were $3 each. So no, or was it $5? Anyways, they were an absolute bargain. So there is so much money to be saved whenever you thrift, and I think furniture is such a good one, because I think whenever I initially thought about thrifting, I didn't like the idea of it being owned by someone before, but I've now come to realise that, like, having had a house back in Northern Ireland and we sold like mostly all our stuff, like how much your furniture in particular just depreciates, like after you get rid of that new price tag. I couldn't believe how much money that we spent on, like, say, a sofa, and then B, how much money we lost, or we could have saved if we had got that second hand. And so I think it's just having an eye for it, and I don't know, like, just working out what your taste is as well. My taste has really changed. So without further ado, here is the lamp that goes on the 2 thrifted side tables, and I can show you a wee shot of that as well. So as I say, I like gold. So if you were to buy a lamp new, it would be, I think, anything I was looking for, because I'm really into this vintage style, it would be, I think, like at least $25 plus. Like, that's probably for something small. And if you were going for something gold and big, I think it could be $40 more, like easy. So this lovely lamp here, let me show you. See, just like that. Yep. This cost me $7.99. Now I need to find a bulb, that's the only thing. But I couldn't believe it, and I was so pleased because it was such a steal, like $7.99, $8 for that lamp. Like, you'd get a coffee and a donut for that, and that would be it gone, you know. And then see him again, $7.99. So I just had to get these because, like, I think a pair sometimes can be really hard to come by as well, especially in a thrift store, because people maybe don't really do that. But I got these, and I don't care that they're, like, some of them are a wee bit tarnished or weather beaten, because I think that adds to the old style of, like, these have been around for a while. And it's also a darker room, so even if this isn't the freshest looking, but I think it looks pretty good. And you can always give things a wee clean up yourself. But yeah, I was so pleased. So the total for these two lamps was $18. So in pounds, that would be like £12. Which is crazy, like such a saving. So absolute bargains. So got these, was really pleased with them. Just need to get some bulbs sorted. The lamp number 1 on the table, and this table, would you believe, was $3. The lamp, $8. So that whole combination, $11. Same as over here. We have the lamp, the table, and again, $11 for all. Just still some flowers there as well. But that is the piece brought together in my main living area. So I thought it was cute. And that's the thing about thrifting is, you know, it may or may not be within the trends, but if it's something that you love, it's good. It's good. That's all you need it to be, is something that you find beautiful, that you enjoy. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters, because you're the one that lives in the space, and obviously your family too. Then the next piece I will show you is this. So I love involving my children in everything that I'm doing in the kitchen for the most part. I find like I'll give them things to play with and they enjoy it, but usually they just want to be with me, and I'm quite happy working away at like a dough or something, always cooking up the next meal in the kitchen. So I wanted something to bring them up to the worktop level with me, and found this. Again, I got like a worktop bench thing new in Northern Ireland, and I think it cost me like £100, which in dollars I think is like $120 plus. So this, now it doesn't have the like security thing around it, but my eldest girl is at the stage where she's got her balance, knows to sort of hold on to the worktop and like wouldn't be leaning back. So obviously you just have to go with, you know, whatever stage your child is at, and no one knows your child better than you do. But I got this for $9.99, and again, it's wooden, so even if the colour doesn't match, I can just paint it to whatever colour I want. But it's great, and this sort of slots in, and actually here you can adapt this so it can be at a lower height here as well, which is good. So let's just get that back in. I love that it's not really heavy. So the other one I had, yeah, it had the frame around it, but I lugging it out every time, then putting it away. This thing I can actually like just hide under the kitchen table if I need to. So really, really useful, and I might even paint it. But it doesn't look completely out of place in my kitchen either, so still to be confirmed what I do with this. But she has already enjoyed it, and I can't believe I paid $10. That'd be like £7.50 in UK money. So really pleased with that. Absolute bargain. I'm not even sure if you guys use the word bargain here in America, but it's a steal. And then fourth piece, so 1, 2, 3. Fourth piece was this, and again, I think a way of bringing in that cottagecore style is by going to the thrift store, because a lot of it is now trending, but actually you get A, more timeless pieces, and B, more authentic old style when you go to the thrift store. Whereas some of the stuff, like even those vintage lamps, I think I had looked up vintage lamps and they didn't look that vintage because they were new. They just don't make things the way they did. So this clock, I couldn't believe it when I saw it was $3.99, $4. So that would be like £3. But I just think it is so beautiful. I love the blues and the floral and the gold, and it's just screaming cottagecore to me. So I really just snapped this up. Was worried about the battery, but it's actually just fire a normal battery in, so it's fine. So it's good to sort of assess those things before you get them, because obviously you don't really have the return that you would if you had like a store receipt or whatever for a normal shop. So yeah, I thought this was so beautiful and adds such a little cute cottagecore element in that, like royal blue and the floral. I'm all about that style, just absolute cottagecore. So really like that, was really pleased with that. And then I have been trying to do up our bathroom and been looking at ways of decorating a rental bathroom without breaking the budget and all the things. And one thing that I had seen on Pinterest was like getting like a wooden stool and putting it just like sitting beside the toilet, because it's nice to have a little seat. So I'm imagining like for bath time, it would be handy to have somewhere to sit if I'm getting my baby's bath. But equally somewhere to set things, and even just to make it like a cute wee spot where I could have some spare towels or a wee faux plant or something along those lines. And so I had been looking at stools, but like even a stool, like to go and buy a new stool, you know, you could be out, I don't know, $20-30 easy. And I just want to be making all the savings any which way I can. So I found this one in the thrift store. It's a wee bit faded on top, but I am going to be able to stain it, you know, if I want to, or just add stuff over it. But again, I think it adds to that like weathered old school farmhouse style that I really like. So this is my stool, if you can see. It's actually really big. Hold it up here for you. So anyways, yeah, that's it. And it's a wee bit faded there, you can see at the top, but for $10. And I could very easily just stain this, paint over it, whatever. Plus I'll be setting stuff on it so you'll not even see. But yeah, I'm excited to get that into my bathroom and style it as a little cute corner. So yeah, I will show you then anything else that I do if I add paint or whatever. Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed looking at my thrift store haul with me today. I really enjoyed bringing you along and sharing all my pieces. And let me know in the comments any things that you think are really good ways of thrifting, any stores that you recommend in America. I have yet to try Goodwill. I've heard good things about Goodwill. So yeah, just love thrifting. I'm obsessed with the stores here. In Northern Ireland, you get like, I think the equivalent would be a charity shop, but I don't think we don't have half the selection in Northern Ireland that you guys seem to have here in America. So yeah, that's where I will be going if I need anything, and especially when we're on one income, we would always thrift first as a way of making savings and getting timeless, beautiful pieces into our home. The other thing is, I like to keep it on the minimal side because then it's less to take care of. I think we actually have a problem in our day and age of overconsumption, and as a busy mum of young kids, I just want less to take care of, not more things to be thinking about, to mentally have to engage with or think that needs taken care of. And so I am really selective about what I bring into my home as well, because I know that ultimately I'll have to take care of it, and I will also, you know, styles change, so I don't want to spend big money on something that I might end up getting rid of, you know, later down the line, or if I decide I want to refresh or whatever. So yeah, let me know in the comments any good stores you guys recommend, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!